All right, I got another video from WW Family. I'm about to do a reaction video to another Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan video. And if you guys want, you can subscribe to their channel. Here's a photo right here for you guys to see. And we're going to go ahead and get started and see what they're talking about.
Rhea Ripley is set to face Liv Morgan on the first WWE Raw on Netflix. The Judgment Day faction is bound to interfere since the Miracle Kid is up against someone as formidable as Ripley. To even the odds, the Eradicator could find unexpected allies in the form of 597-pound duo, the War Raiders. The World Tag Team Champions recently saved Damian Priest from a vicious Judgment Day beatdown. Their motives could be rooted in gratitude, as Priest had helped them secure their championship titles on a past edition of Raw. Eric and Ivar could return the favor by helping Rhea Ripley snag the title, and even the odds against the heel faction that's likely to back Morgan. Their sheer strength and imposing presence could neutralize any interference from Judgment Day, giving Ripley the upper hand she needed to secure the victory.
See, I don't know about that because I think the men been doing a good job by staying out of women's business, and the women been doing a good job by staying out of men's business. So I don't know if everybody's going to get involved in this match. I think the only people that's going to get involved in this match, if I could see it in the back of my head, is Raquel and Dom. And the only people I could see backing up Rhea is, Io Sky and Damage Control. But then again, who's going to stop Dom? Now, you will hope Damian Priest, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, that could happen. But I think if that happens, it would just be chaos that's going on outside of the ring that can stop the match in any way, and to the point where Liv will retain her title. And we don't want that. Now, I'm hoping it'll be a fair match, but if Dom and Raquel is going to be out there helping Liv, then it's not going to be that. And I don't know how Rhea is going to win that match while this is going on, but I will hope that it won't be like that. I'm hoping it'll just be a one-on-one match with no interference, like Saturday night's main event with Io Sky. So I'm hoping it don't be like that, but if it does be like that, I think Liv might retain the title, whether it's from disqualification or, just like she did in SummerSlam, chair in the ring. She hit her finisher move, and then it'll be right there. Now, hopefully Rhea will kick out, but you just don't know, bro. I mean, everything's predetermined, so I hope it don't come to that. I hope it'll just be a fair one-on-one match, but we know WWE, man. They do this all the time, and they call it fair, but it's not fair. So hope they make it fair, but, like I said, it's predetermined. It's predetermined, so, yeah. Let's get back to the video.
This partnership could also lead to a temporary alliance between Ripley, Priest, and the War Raiders. Together, they could feud with the Judgment Day heading into WrestleMania 41.
Yeah, I don't know about that because of Becky Lynch and the Wyatts, and Alexa Bliss, so I don't know about that. I think what's really going to happen is that if Liv loses the title, that Becky Lynch will be beefing with Liv Morgan. And then, of course, I think the Judgment Day will most likely have their dispute like they've been doing for the past couple weeks. And that could lead to the divide in the group. You know what I'm saying? But then again, there are rumors saying that the Wyatt Six will go after the Judgment Day before they split. And then hopefully everybody will see reality that Finn Balor is not really for the team, and neither is Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. That those three are all about themselves. So I hope that they show that light after the Raw Netflix special, but I just don't see. I just hope everybody move forward after the match. I'm hoping that if Liv do retain her title, she will win it fairly, and just like she did in Saturday night's main event with Io Sky. And I hope there's no interference. And hopefully after the match that Rhea will hopefully you know, respect the fact that she beat her by herself, and hopefully they'll shake hands, after the match. If not, then it will just be down the road. But she could never say that Liv Morgan did not beat her fair and square. Now, you could say, like, oh, well, it was just one match. Well, not necessarily. It's two. Because she also beat you on Monday Night Raw when there was a non-title match. Do you remember that? May 30th, 2022, she beat her in that match. And that was a non-title match. So if y'all want to go check out that match, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, Liv did beat her in that match. And she didn't even have to hit her finisher move. And she, didn't need any help then. Now, you could say that, well, AJ Styles was outside of the ring, but Damian Priest was outside of the ring as well. But then again, the men did not get involved. The women fought each other fair and square, and, Liv beat her fair and square. Now, she did win by roll-up, but it doesn't matter. A win is a win. So, and that was back when she was babyface. So you can never say that she did not beat Rhea. It's just, it was 2 years ago. It's just, I think what really matters is now. Now, again, 2022 was a strange year for both of them because they started off as tag team partners and then later they become enemies. You could say it's because of a boy, you could say it's because of a title, but it's mainly because one injured the other in order for them to be even. So, I mean, I'm on Liv's side on that one, but still, when you got with Dom, it just kind of throw your innocence all out the window, in my opinion. So, y'all can disagree, but I remember when Rhea did to Liv Morgan. And it's something that I really want to talk to her about in the near future, just because it was traumatizing, in my opinion. You don't have to agree, but it was. Because if she would have never injured her arm, Liv wouldn't go on her revenge tour. She probably would have gone on her World Tag Team Tour with Raquel. But unfortunately, that was put on hold. And then when she come back and won the title, a women's title against Becky, it was the moment for that title, but not the moment for the tag team titles. And that's what I hope for after the Netflix special, is that her and Raquel will go focus on that. If not, then Raquel would have to go solo in order for her to go get her Intercontinental Championship. Because I really want her to get that title real bad. So hopefully that will happen. But if you guys go check out my last video where I talked about the predictions for Liv Morgan, I think those would probably come true. Rather it's her losing the title, her and Raquel going after the tag team titles, the Judgment Day beefing with the Wyatt Six, or, Dom splitting from Liv and go to SmackDown to be in a partnership with Tiffany Stratton. Now, I'm hoping that some of it will come true, but if all four comes true, I have a lot of questions that I need answers for. It's the fourth one I just mentioned, and the third one, and the second one. The first one, not so much, but I hope that Rhea do win, just because we can put this feud on hold until, they make a Hell in a Cell match between these two. Hopefully, but you never know what the future is going to hold to, but I would love to see a Hell in a Cell match against Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. So I know some people might not want to see that, but I do. I want it to be compared to CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. So that's just me. You don't have to agree with me, but I would love to see that. But let's get back to the video.
However, it remains uncertain whether Ripley will walk out with the Women's World Championship. While the pieces for this potential alliance are in place, nothing is guaranteed in the unpredictable world of professional wrestling. Fans will have to wait and see if the War Raiders play a pivotal role in Ripley's quest for gold or if Judgment Day's interference proves insurmountable. For now, this is all conjecture, but the possibilities make for an exciting narrative. Liv Morgan promised to get back at Rhea Ripley after the latter sidelined her with an injury for a while. And she delivered on that promise. The 30-year-old snatched Rhea's title, her boyfriend, and even the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley has been determined to take down Liv Morgan. Every time she gets close, Dirty Dom or Raquel Rodriguez swoops in to save the day. Lately, things have been getting pretty intense in the Judgment Day. Finn Balor is having some issues with the Women's World Champion because she didn't step in to help him and JV McDonagh keep their title. Balor could play a part in Morgan's loss during her match on January 6th. However, Liv Morgan has an enormous task on WWE Raw when the flagship show makes its Netflix debut in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, the Women's World Champion sent a message to the streaming platform on X. Liv Morgan dominated 2024 in Rhea Ripley's absence on Monday Night Raw and captured the Women's World Championship from Becky Lynch. Apart from claiming she retired the man, the champion still hasn't gotten a win over Mommy, and the upcoming title match is set to take place on the Red brand's Netflix debut. Liv Morgan often interacts with fans and other stars, but she recently had a conversation with Netflix. The 30-year-old WWE star had an interesting conversation with Netflix's X account. The champion responded to the handle's message and hoped the platform would be ready for her in 2025. "Hi! I hope you guys are ready for me," Morgan wrote. The Rhea Ripley-Liv Morgan saga has gone on too long, and the final match will take place when WWE Raw moves to Netflix. A storyline that started over a year ago needs a fitting end, and the two stars must move on to different feuds in the Stanford-based promotion following the third match.
I agree. I do agree that that the feud should end, but unfortunately, Liv, the only way it would end is if you lose the title. I'm sorry to say it. And you have to, in order for it to actually end, for you to win the title, you would have to beat Rhea Ripley by yourself. Okay? So, in my opinion, this is what the match should be. Both of them fighting with no interference and no disqualifications, no countouts. And hopefully, Rhea Ripley will beat Liv Morgan fair and square. If she could try not to get herself counted out or disqualified and actually beat her by pinfall or submission, she should be able to win the title. But if there's interference and there's a disqualification or a count out, I'm sorry to say it, Rhea, but you're going to have to move on. You know? Well, no, I ain't going to say that. Let me start over. In order for this to end, this will have to be a fair match, and whoever wins gets the title, whether it's retained or new. Right? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Liv could beat Rhea Ripley by herself with no help, she did her part. And I will hope that you will shake her hand afterwards. Let me see. And if Rhea beats Liv Morgan, then Liv Morgan is going to have to move on until the Royal Rumble. Because you know Becky Lynch is coming for you. So you're going to have to, whether you have a title or not, she's coming. And hopefully she'll leave Rhea alone. But then again, she's going to want competition. So I don't know who she's going to be facing next for the title, if she wins it. So that's the question that we have, right? If Rhea wins the title, who's going to compete with her? Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, Io Sky? Who? Because either way it goes, whoever wins They're going to have competition regardless of what they put in front of them. I think we all know who's going to face Liv Morgan, but who's going to face Rhea? That's the question that we need to have. But I still hope that she wins, but I also hope that Liv Morgan wins fairly. So I hope that happens. And when she does win fairly, we're going to have to give her flowers because she, Rhea can never say that she didn't beat her fair and square. I already told you what date where she beat her at. Even though it was 2 years ago, still, she beat her fair and square. So a win's a win, guys. So we'll see. But let's get back.
Speaking on Busted Open Radio, Tommy Dreamer addressed the ongoing storyline and stated that if Rhea Ripley fails to win the title, she must move to WWE SmackDown for a fresh start. Moreover, he thinks whoever wins the match becomes the division's face on Netflix. I can see the match also happening or a version of it on Netflix. I think by that time, it has to be done. They'd stretch this out a long, long time. But if Liv Morgan somehow continued to beat Rhea Ripley, then it's time for Rhea to maybe move over to SmackDown. If Rhea wins on that first episode of Raw on Netflix, she's cementing herself and her face as the face of the women's division, Dreamer said.
Yeah, I agree, but I would hate for Rhea to go to SmackDown, but if you're not going to be able to beat Liv Morgan because of the people around her, then you might as well start new competition with Nia Jax or Tiffany Stratton. I'm sorry to say it. Maybe that's best for you, and maybe, I don't know, maybe hopefully you can still be champ and go to SmackDown, and then Nia Jax can just come to Raw, and hopefully Liv Morgan can beat her. But then again, the tag team titles, you got to think about that. So I don't know how this is going to go. I really hope that everything works out on January the 6th. But if it don't work out on both ends, man, this ain't going to go well. Because I want Liv Morgan to win, but I want her to win by fair and square without any interference. Do what you did on Saturday night's main event and win fair and square like you did before, right? But if I want Rhea to win so we can end this feud, that way she can go on a new competition. But I just don't know who's going to face her for the title if she has to, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't see her. Maybe it's best if she do go to SmackDown, win or lose, because her staying on Raw, I mean, then Becky Lynch going to come after her. Then Liv might come back. And then, we still don't know what's going to happen with Alexa Bliss and Raquel Arenas and who else? Io Sky. I know she's going to be Intercontinental Champion, but I'm just saying, I mean, what are we going to do about that? So maybe she should go. And then Dom can come with her. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not saying he's going to come with her, but I'm saying they'll both go to SmackDown. Maybe that's for the best. I mean, just for now until, we can figure something out down the road, Because Liv got to, stay on Raw, and so is Raquel because of the Dom and the Liv and Dom split that's coming up next. And maybe it's just for the best, you know what I'm saying? So at this point, maybe it's best if Rhea go to SmackDown. It's just for the best. But win or lose, maybe it's for the best, but I don't know. They might keep her. But if they keep her, I just wonder what they're going to do with her and who's going to be the next number one contender for the title. Because you can't have Liv back. Because I know Liv's going to want it back, but it's like, Liv, you're going to have to move on just until you learn how to beat people like Rhea and Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Unfortunately, those three are not like Io Sky. They're two different competitors. So you're going to have to learn how to beat these women. And in order for you to do that, you're going to have to develop some skill. And I think right now Liv is not thinking about that. I think she just want to live life. I mean, we just saw her at the game while Rhea was at the gym. She still spent time with her family, but that was the day before Christmas Day. And it's just like, I just think it's sad that Liv has been kind of comfortable with herself, but not being able to train like Rhea. But that's what makes them different, is that Rhea is hard work and dedicating to the brand versus with Liv Morgan. She just dare to show up and go home and chill with her dogs, feed her animals and spend time with Raquel and Jen Emmy. If you guys don't know Jen Emmy, she's a makeup artist for WWE. She's fine as hell. I want her bad, but enough about her. But anyway, the bottom line is this: in order for this rivalry to end, it has to be a fair match, right? 1-on-1, no interference. And if there is going to be interference, then somebody has to win. But it can't be Liv Morgan. It has to be Rhea. Because if Liv Morgan wins, it's just going to show that that Liv can't beat her without somebody interfering. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping it don't come to that. But I don't know. We got to see. But it has to be a fair match. If it doesn't be a fair match, then obviously this is not going to be over, in my opinion, because you have to make it fair. But I'll just say this. It'll probably be on hold until, the rivalry will probably be on hold until what goes around comes around. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I think is going to happen on January the 6th afterwards. But we'll see. But let's get back to the video.
However, Rhea Ripley has been among the primary attractions of the women's division of WWE for a long time now. Since leaving the Judgment Day, the Eradicator has been trying to get her hands on the Women's World Championship. However, Ripley hasn't been able to achieve her goal, thanks to constant interference from Dominik Mysterio and Raquel Rodriguez. WWE superstars and millions around the world are celebrating the holidays. WWE pre-taped Raw and SmackDown episodes this week to give the superstars and crew some well-deserved time off to celebrate the holidays with their loved ones. Rhea Ripley's husband, AEW star Buddy Matthews, FKA Buddy Murphy, shared some rare footage of the Eradicator recently. On his recent Instagram story, the former WWE star shared a hilarious video of a character being gifted a sledgehammer for Christmas. On the video, he mentioned that this was rare footage of Ripley opening her gifts on Christmas, making fun of her way of opening gifts. Rare footage of Rhea Ripley _we opening her Christmas presents, wrote Buddy Murphy. The Eradicator, over the past few months, has garnered a lot of attention as a babyface, which has solidified following her recent feud with Liv Morgan, Dominik Mysterio, and Raquel Rodriguez. After months of a grueling rivalry between Ripley and Morgan, the former is set for a women's world title opportunity on January 6. Liv Morgan will defend her title against the star on WWE Raw's debut on Netflix. While the match has the caliber to main event a show, it won't be the case this time, thanks to the immensely stacked card for the Red Brand's premiere episode on the streaming giant. The WWE Universe have been anticipating this to be the final match of their feud. Time will now tell what the company has in store for them next. However, Judgment Day star to turn on Liv Morgan after she beats Rhea Ripley on WWE Raw on Netflix. On WWE Raw Netflix, Liv Morgan is set to lock horns with Rhea Ripley in a women's world title match. The Judgment Day member has been feuding with the Eradicator for the past few months, and it seems like January 6, 2025, will mark the end of their prolonged rivalry. While the winner of this match remains unpredictable, Liv does have a numbers advantage on her side, which gives her a slight edge in this title bout. Amid this, there is a possibility that if Morgan retains her women's world title on Raw's Netflix debut show, Raquel Rodriguez could show her true colors and turn on Liv. Raquel made her WWE return at Bad Blood 2024, where she attacked the Mommy and aided Morgan in retaining her title. Since then, she has been aligned with the Judgment Day as one of its members. However, during a recent Raw episode, fans noticed signs that Raquel might merely be pretending to be on their side, possibly waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Again, I don't know about that. I mean, I do see Raquel going after the title, but unless you try to compare her to Batista and she's going after Liv Morgan like she's Triple H, I'm not so sure. I mean, a power bomb to the table and say I'm staying right here on Raw, and taking the women's championship like it's the world heavyweight championship. I don't see that happening anytime soon. But then again, ego can show. But I just, again, what if Rhea wins? Can she still switch? I mean, we just saw them at a Ravens game and a Austin Texans game. Yeah, so like we saw them at Texas and stadium, watching the game. So you telling me that Raquel is gonna betray Liv when they're hanging out and doing things together that we want her to do without spending time with Dom? Like, I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't see Raquel betraying anytime soon, but it should happen even if she don't win, right? I mean, but then again, we got to see Dom betray her as well. So I think Dom should go first to betray her, and then Raquel. But then again, what's going to happen to Carlito and what's going to happen to to JD? Because we know Finn Balor gonna get either kicked out or leave, or kick the others out. So you're telling me that Raquel and Liv are not going to go after the tag team titles? Well, you know what? I just thought of something. What if Liv don't want the tag team titles no more? What if she just want to go back and get the women's title if she loses it? But then again, if she wins it, is she still going to think about it, or is Raquel should go solo? I mean, I've been saying that she should get a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship, so why not? I mean, it would be good to have 4 belts, but if it's not the plan, then you might as well have Raquel go after the Intercontinental Championship. And if she does go after Liv Morgan and win the title, it'll just be a Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss effect. You remember when those two used to tag team, but then Nia Jax beat her at WrestleMania and she became champion? That's what probably is going to happen, because we all know Raquel can beat Liv Morgan. She did it before. So, and that's where Liv Morgan fucked up. She should have never slapped her in backstage in the locker room. Yeah, you should have never done that. But hey, you guys are cool. So, but that don't mean y'all gonna be cool for long. But I do believe these two are still gonna hang out. But if Liv Morgan lose Raquel and Dom and the Judgment Day, that's gonna really fuck up her ego even more. That's really gonna fuck her up. You know what I'm saying? Like, losing Dom, losing Raquel, and losing the Judgment Day. Now, losing Dom is like, whatever. Losing the Judgment Day, whatever. But losing Raquel, knowing that these two just hung out on Christmas Day and they were just chilling at New York, going ice skating and eating hot dogs and whatnot, yeah, that's really going to fuck her up, because we haven't seen her hung out with anybody back in 2022 or 23 or 24. Like, we haven't seen her hung out with CJ Perry. We haven't seen her hung out with Sonya Deville. We haven't seen her hung out with Mandy Rose. Like, it's just, I don't know who, like, shoot. Don't you miss when Liv Morgan used to live life? Now she just quarantine, but only hang out with a small circle of people. But I hope it doesn't affect their friendship outside, but it might affect their friendship on the inside of the building. Shoot, you never know. But let's get back to the video. We'll talk about it later.
This close alliance with the women's world champion has allowed Raquel to study Liv's weaknesses. Raquel could exploit these weaknesses and position herself for a title shot. With Raw's Netflix debut expected to deliver surprises, Raquel turning on Morgan could be one of the night's major moments. This betrayal might occur after Dominic Mysterio's girlfriend retains her title against Rhea Ripley. After this, Raquel could launch a post-match assault to betray both Liv and the Judgment Day faction. Such an angle would set up a heated feud between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez heading into WrestleMania 41. Additionally, it would allow WWE to present Morgan as a strong champion on the road to the Showcase of the Immortals. It will certainly be interesting to see what unfolds on January 6, 2025, when Liv Morgan puts her women's world title on the line against Rhea Ripley. Not only Raquel Rodriguez, but Finn Balor also holds a strong possibility of betraying the women's world champion. During a recent edition of WWE Raw, a heated conversation took place between Liv Morgan and Finn Balor. This has sparked speculation that the former Universal Champion could soon turn against the 30-year-old star in the Stamford-based promotion. All these signs indicate that fans may soon witness the end of the Judgment Day faction in WWE. Rhea Ripley is undoubtedly one of the biggest names in WWE right now. However, a veteran thinks that she will not be winning her title match on the first episode of Raw since moving to Netflix. The rivalry between the Eradicator and Liv Morgan has been a hot storyline in WWE for quite some time now. With Raw moving to Netflix, it is clear that Triple H wants to make the first episode a memorable one. To that end, the 3 matches announced so far for the card are all high-profile ones involving names like Roman Reigns and CM Punk. In Sportskeeda's writing with Russo, Vince Russo was asked about his prediction of the title match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. He stated, "I think, Rhea Ripley is super over with the people. She don't need the belt, Liv does. Liv, that belt and that title really helps Liv. Rhea Ripley will remain over whether or not she wins the title. She doesn't need the title. They just need to protect her in this match. But they should keep the title on Liv." According to veteran journalist Bill Apter, Rhea Ripley has redefined her era of wrestling in the company. Speaking on an episode of the Wrestling Time Machine, Apter explained how the Eradicator had become a household name in pro wrestling. He stated, "To me, Rhea Ripley changed the tide, the riptide there. Rhea Ripley redefined the female end of WWE, and I would say there are a lot of other women in there that did incredible, including Teddy's pick, Nia Jax. Liv Morgan also, way up there, and so many of them. Rhea is, people expect to see her. She became a household face in the pro wrestling business in 2024. Hi, lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Lima."
Okay, that's enough. Like I said, I do hear that, and it does seem like some people say that Rhea should, accept the loss if she lose against Liv Morgan and just move on while Liv Morgan continue her title reign, which I understand, But I just would like I said, I would like it if Liv Morgan would beat her fair and square like she did with Io Sky at Saturday night's main event. So if that can happen, then Liv will still be champ and Rhea will have to move on. And if she go to SmackDown, go. Fuck it. What could you do? You can't be mad at that. If Liv Morgan beats you fair and square, you have to move on. I'm sorry to say it. But if she cheats, then me personally, I don't think she should deserve the title. I think that after that, I think Rhea should injure her. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. I think Rhea should take her out and have Tiffany Stratton cash in on her. But I understand Tiffany is going after Nia Jax. But then again, I just saw a TikTok video of them dancing in the locker room, so I don't know about that. But I do know this. At some point, we have to just be reasonable here and just say that Liv cannot beat Rhea unless it's a fair match. So, but then again, the Liv and Becky situation. I just did a video where a TikToker just said that they should face in a non-title match. So, again, maybe Raquel is faking it, but it just wouldn't make sense if she don't win the Royal Rumble. So have her win the Royal Rumble and then we'll see the betrayal. Because it'll be a Triple H and Batista moment, right? Batista won the Royal Rumble. He betrayed Triple H and went after the World Heavyweight Championship. So do the same thing. Have Raquel win the Royal Rumble so that way she can go after the champ. But then again, maybe, what if Liv Morgan lose and then she gained it back at the Royal Rumble? What if that went and then go after Liv Morgan then? But then again, if Rhea becomes champ, it's going to be hard for her to get it back unless they make it a triple threat match with Becky Lynch, right? So maybe I get what everyone is saying. Maybe it is good if Liv Morgan still be champ, but I'm just saying, can she win it by herself with no help? Like, can that happen, please? Like, I would love it if Liv Morgan would just beat Rhea by herself with no help. I mean, if that happens, yeah, make it make sense. Like I said, it's only right? I mean, I want Liv Morgan to beat Rhea by herself with no help. So if you could set that up, then yeah, we'll move on. But if you don't set it up, I don't see Rhea moving on. I don't. But I do understand people want to end this rivalry, but why end it with cheating? Why end it with interference? That's not fair. And then again, I noticed in this video, they haven't mentioned Dom betraying Liv. Yeah, that's a missing piece right there. I do believe that Dom will betray Liv Morgan. And if Raquel do betray Liv Morgan, I would like it if she would do it by winning the Royal Rumble. And if Liv is still champ, you go after her for it. That makes a lot of sense. Especially if they have Elimination Chamber match, right? And Liv Morgan, loses the title at the Netflix special and then gain it back at the Elimination Chamber. I already got everything set up. Like, I'm thinking they should have, in the Elimination Chamber, they should have Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Raquel, Rhea, Io Sky, and Becky Lynch. If we can get that match set up, an Elimination Chamber, that would be epic. Because we need those stars in there in the ring together. We do. And if Liv Morgan wins that match, she'll win her first ever Elimination Chamber match. Right? Ain't no point of her being in the Royal Rumble if she's still champ. But if she lose the title, maybe she could, we can't have her face Rhea again unless they make it a triple threat match with Becky Lynch, right? So, I don't know, man. We got to see. But I do want the match to be fair in order for Liv Morgan to win the title and regain it. So, hopefully they could do that. But if they don't do that, I'm going to have a problem with it just because I want Liv Morgan to beat Rhea by herself with no help, just like she did back in 2022. If you're not going to do it, then, I lose respect for Liv Morgan because it's obvious she can't beat nobody and that's bigger than her unless she has help. Like, whether it's Nia Jax, Raquel, or Rhea. But the difference between Rhea and Nia and Raquel is that who beat her. And that person that beat her was Raquel Hernandez. Because like I said, ain't nobody fucking with Raquel Leo. Just like the Wu-Tang Clan. Raquel ain't nothing to fuck with. You feel me? Hey, man. I'm telling you right now, if Raquel becomes champ, it's Raquel season, bitch. What's good? But, hey, man. At least it'll be an accomplishment, right? Her as women's champion. I want her to be Intercontinental champion, but if she becomes WWE's women's champion, because the weaknesses and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure Liv Morgan knows Raquel knows Liv Morgan's weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like, they faced each other before, and she won. So I think she been know. But I think Liv Morgan's weakness is boys. But that's every white girl. I think every white woman has a weakness for boys. Like, that's why they can't stay single, because every time a white girl be single, they go right back into the dating world. Next thing you know, guy come up, take her away. Next thing you know, there's a ring on her finger. So, like, white girls can't stay single for shit, and that's sad. But, well, I guess it's not sad in general, but it's like, if you like white girls and you want to get a white girl, it's going to be hard for you to get them in the market because they'll be single for 2 weeks until another come up. Next thing you know, they're taken away. And you be like, I want my baby. I want my baby. Don't take her away. Yeah, I want to keep singing, but yeah, man, I mean, you don't want to. I'm just saying, man, I think that's her weakness, but I think her real weakness is dependence. Like, I feel like Liv is too dependent on people and she can't move on without people. And that's sad. Like, it's crazy how when she come home, she's a homebody and she spend most of her time with animals and pets. But when it comes down to people, when it comes to work, it's like she needs someone to interact with and bond with and tag team with. It's like she can't get over the Wyatt Squad. It's like she missed her friends. She missed Ruby. She missed Sarah. And it's just like, damn, like, I mean, are you reminiscing? Like, are you one of those women where, you don't want to live alone and die alone? I mean, I understand. But, I know some people just, I know a lot of women that can relate to that. Like they want to be around people, because they're scared to be alone. I know a lot of women that just don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's Liv's weakness is that she don't want to be, that she's depending on people because maybe she don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's very sad and unfortunate for all women because they shouldn't have that mindset. But maybe anxiety and anti-sociability and a lot that can hold back a woman from, living by herself because rather get an apartment or condo or house because they just need someone to hold, which I get it. You know what I mean? You wish you was one of those men that she could hold, but, these types and all that, it's just irritating. But, again, I do hope that Liv break out of that just because I do think she deserves better. I do believe that she can move forward by herself. Like I like what I'm trying to say is I think she can be independent as if, look, I mean, the Wyatt Squad are gone and she's been killing it ever since. And I just hope that she'll continue the thrill, you know what I'm saying? But I think 2025 will be a reality check for Liv Morgan. I think she will see that ain't no friends in this business. And hopefully that will teach her the true meaning of independence. And hopefully that would make her stronger to where she could be and Charlotte Flair and beat Becky Lynch. And I think did I say B or beat? Yeah, beat. Well, I meant to say beat. Like, if, hopefully that will strengthen her up to where she can beat people like Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley and all them and Nia Jax. So that way she can show that she is superstar material and championship material. But in order for that to happen, you got to beat Rhea Ripley by herself. And I just don't know if they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to have her do that. But hopefully they will. Because I do want to see Liv Morgan beat Rhea by herself so she could prove the haters wrong that she's championship material. If she could do it with Io Sky, I would hope that she would do it with Rhea Ripley. But strength and speed, I don't know. I hope she could do it. I hope she could. Like I said, I am rooting for her, but I'm rooting for her so that way she could show Rhea that she can beat her without any help. And I hope she can do that. I'm hoping. But I'm not so sure. I do want Rhea to win just so we can end this rivalry and put it on hold. Well, I won't say end it, but put it on hold. So because, again, we don't want to keep this rivalry going. It's just too long. We want the Judgment Day to end. We want Liv and Dom to split. And at the end of the day, man, we all just got to move on, 2025 should be the year of perseverance, and hopefully everybody in this storyline will move on, including the Judgment Day members. Only group we don't want to move on is the Terror Twins. We don't want that. But then I had another thought. What if Dom betrayed her that night and it would just be left with Liv and Raquel? I think it should be meant to be, right? But I know if that Raquel betrayal do come true, I would like it to come after the Royal Rumble when she beat 30 women in the match at the Royal Rumble match. So I would like that. It's my suggestion, but they might not do that. But then again, I want Alexa Bliss to win, but maybe she could just be in the final four along with Roxanne and whoever is the fourth member. So, the fourth competitor in the match. So, for the last four competitors for the Royal Rumble. So, hopefully that can happen. But I am rooting for Rhea. But then again, I am rooting for Liv. But I want Liv. But in order for me to root for Liv, she has to win fair. And she can't have no help. So, hopefully that can happen. But we'll see. But y'all get on the comment box and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And get on the comment box, man. Let's have a discussion. Do you think that Liv is going to retain her title with no help? Or do you think that Rhea is going to beat her and she's going to most likely move on to another competitor and Liv Morgan, start her beef with Becky Lynch? Either way, I don't think Becky cares. I think whoever gets the title is what she's going to go after, but I know for sure she's going to go after Liv Morgan, whether she has the title or not. So that's what I think is going to happen. And they're probably going to have a match at the Royal Rumble. So we'll see. But y'all watch the Netflix special, man. It's on January the 6th. And hopefully it'll be one of the biggest matches ever and one of the biggest nights ever. So I'm rooting for both women. I just hope it'd be a fair match. That's all I'm rooting for. So y'all get on the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And, I'll catch you on the next video, all right? Gone.